Hey everybody, welcome back to Money Conversations with KJ. I'm your host KJ and my sidekick.
Faith here.
All right guys, so we're going to review question of the day for last week. I think we had some really good questions and some awesome people saying some things. So, question of the day on Monday was, since Monday was tax day, right? On the 18th. Does tax day scare you or excite you? You see, I think it does both for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, right? I love tax day. First of all, I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur, so the April 15th tax day doesn't affect me because I always file in the fall anyway as a business. But I know for most people, you usually get your taxes done early in January. You want to get that refund back, right?
Yeah, January.
As soon as possible. So then by the time the April 15th happens, like Faith, you've already filed and got your check and did what you did with it, right? So it doesn't really affect you. Now we do know some other folks that they're scrambling to get their things into their accountants to get that thing filed because you probably owe money. So if you know you're going to owe money, then yes, you're probably dreading it. I got to write that check and pay Uncle Sam, the tax guy, right? So depending where you're at, it doesn't scare you. You're not scared of it, right, Faith? No, doesn't bother you. Doesn't bother me. I get a little more nervous. I pay the taxes at the end of the year, but that's because I'm an entrepreneur. So, all right, let's move on to Tuesday's question of the day. Have you ever been inspired by someone on the internet? I could say I have, right? I think most of us probably never knew who Gary Vee was until the internet, right? I know he's inspired a lot of people. So who's inspired you online, Faith?
So many different girl influencers and just them on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. They're just very inspirational all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us are always scrolling on social media or just whatever on the internet. And if you can find someone that inspires you and motivates you to do anything, that's a very positive thing that we can all do. And then ultimately, a lot of these influencers are out speaking on stages that you can go watch. Because I think when we went to that event a few months back, and you were really excited about Jim Quick, right?
Yeah.
The brain guy, right? And that was pretty neat to watch him live. And we saw also a bunch of other good speakers at that event that we had a really good time at. So yeah, I mean, I hope if you haven't been inspired by anybody yet on the internet, that means you got to spend a little more time on there and get inspired, whatever it may be. It could be, Jim Quick, the brain guy. It could Gary Vee, just as always talking about what's going on the planet. I mean, there's so many different people that can inspire us, that motivate us to kind of just up our game, so to speak. I think is a very positive thing. So, all right, let's move along. What was Wednesday, Faith? What do we have?
Wednesday's question: do you surround yourself with wealthy people? Well, I do a little bit. I surround myself with everybody.
Well, think about, we have to define the wealthy, right? There's you have money, rich, and wealthy. I mean, wealthy is a pretty big form of success.
Right.
But let's just say, successful people. Maybe if we change the word from wealthy to successful people.
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
Well, they say that you are the product of the 5 people that you hang around. So if you hang around, the top 5 people that you hang around are wealthy people, then you're most likely to, learn from them and become wealthy, or maybe even rich yourself. And if you hang out with negative people or just lazy people, then
That's who you become.
If that's who you're around all the time and that's who you're listening to, they're gonna rub off on you, and then that's what you're gonna turn into. So if you're striving to be a certain something, or there's a person that you want to be like, surround yourself with people that are like them, and then that'll get you one step closer to where you want to be.
Yeah, sometimes, even though it's hard, and I've talked about it, that sometimes you have to let go of certain friendships, right? Because even though they're your friends, but you're on a path, right? I know you're on a path of elevating, and we can't have one of those five people that you're surrounding yourself with as an anchor on pulling you down instead of you moving up. And it's not easy, believe me, it's not. It's not that you're going to not be friends anymore. You just don't be friends on a very, very regular basis, okay? When we talk about the 5 people, these are 5 people that you're talking to weekly. These are your homies, right? You're always talking with and doing things with. And sometimes you got to slowly let one go if they're not elevating you, right? You got to get yourself in a different circle. That's awesome. All right, let's move on to where we at? Thursday? Okay, question is, do you know you can buy a house 50% off for the list price? There's a program out there, guys. A lot of folks don't know about it. Google it. Buying a house 50% off. Now, there's a bunch of caveats to that. Like, typically that house is probably going to be not in the best area of town, right? It could be in an up-and-coming area. This is where the government's going to, they have programs where they're going to be able to pay for half of that house because they're trying to revitalize areas. So even though maybe the house isn't in the best neighborhood and you're trying to get 50% off, maybe you just want to start your home ownership. And this is one way to get your foot in the door to buy a home, right? And they're probably not in the best condition. So you probably over time, the first few years, you're going to put some money into them, clean them up, fix them up. But hey, 3 to 5 years down the road, you could build equity and sell them. And now you have actual money to go buy more of a dream home. But guys, they're out there all across America. You've got to look them up. They're out there. It's the states, the local areas that you're in that are trying to revitalize areas that aren't so hot. Okay? So that's just food for thought. I hope you enjoyed that. So let's move on to Friday's question of the day. What do we have?
Friday's question. Well, Friday was Earth Day, so it's Earth Day related. And it is, when did Earth Day originate? Now, some answers that I got to this question were like 1.5 billion years ago when the Earth first started. But ironically enough, it started in 1970, which was 40 years ago or so. So
actually, it started April 22nd.
Well, yeah, Earth Day is always
1970.
But yeah, the year is 1970. And it was started to increase public awareness of the world's environmental problems because, this is the planet that we live on. So trying to raise awareness of let's take care of our planet. Let's be environmentally friendly. Why are we being mean to the only planet that we live on? I don't know, but...
Well, I know. So people out there who may be my age, I remember in the 70s when I was in grade school, the first big push was this thing called Pitch In, which was about littering. Because people used to just throw their litter out the windows of their cars. They're driving down the road, they throw out their soda cans or whatever. And the planet was getting messed up, and they started a program. And again, if you're anywhere over the age of 45, you probably have heard the big slogan they used to have called Pitch In, which was clean up the trash around the planet, right? And it's evolved since then, right? Today, President Biden is all about pushing the new Green Deal, right? Let's get off of fossil fuels and let's get on to solar, let's get on to wind power, battery power, right? Electric cars, all of these things that are going to help save the environment, save the planet that we all live on, which is a really good thing. So I think that not enough people really celebrate Earth Day. Who did you find celebrating last week, Faith?
Not many people.
Yeah, I know. I think it should become a bigger holiday, more just be more aware, right?
Yeah.
And maybe
every day.
And I think if we could all make an effort to say, hey, it's Earth Day, let's do something. Even the smallest part on each person adds up. It compounds if everybody did something having to do with helping to save this planet, right? I think that would be awesome. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you like what you're hearing, you'd like to watch us review all these questions, what do they got to do, Faith?
Give us a thumbs up when you like our video and subscribe to our channel.
Yep.
Hit that bell button so you get a notification every Saturday when we upload, but we are very consistent, so just come back every Saturday.
Just come back.
Go visit our socials throughout the week. Go visit our questions of the day as they come out. Comment down below, please. We love to hear it. And
don't forget to go to moneyconversationswithkj.com. Visit the website. There's a lot of great information on there for you guys to learn from also. So listen, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you guys next week on
Question of the Day.
All right. Take care, guys.